everybody on the Pro Forum. Hello. Okay, so I want to talk about making mistakes because I'm assuming, like me, from time to time, you make them. And if you don't admit it, you're lying because you're human. And humans are just not perfect, and we make mistakes. So I'll tell you about a mistake I made day before yesterday. What happened was, I'm photographing a house, and I was blown away by the inside of this house. It was just that attractive. It was old-timey. The house was built in the 1800s, and the people had kept this house like totally perfect. It was beautifully decorated. It was impeccable. Let me just say that. It was completely incredible. And I was like inside of a museum, okay? Seriously. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, there are parts of the country. I know I'm going on and on and on about this. But there are parts of the country. And look, if you want to see pictures, request it. I'll post pictures of this house in this thread if you want. But there are parts of the country, I guarantee you, this is a $10 million house. 10 million. Easy. Okay? Here, 419,000. Okay? I mean, it's like, when you see this house, you can be like, what? So, yeah. Anyway, short story long, I'm blown away by this museum house. And very old-timey, you know, even had like literally a slave quarters in the upstairs area. It was crazy talk, okay? So blown away by it, I never photographed the kitchen. Never photographed the kitchen. Photographed all the bedrooms, photographed all the bathrooms, photographed all the living areas and all this other good stuff. Just awesome, but never the kitchen. So I'm showing the pictures to Tammy, and for y'all that don't know, Tammy's my wife. And she says, "Where's the kitchen?" And I said, "It's right there." She said, "Kirk, there's no kitchen pictures in this." So I flipped through it. I'm like, sure enough, I never photographed the kitchen. So here's the mistake. Big mistake. Big mistake. You buy a house sometimes based upon just the kitchen. And even Tammy made a comment like, well, if I was buying this house and I didn't see the kitchen, there's no way I'd even go look at it. I think they're hiding something. Stab me in the heart and screw it around. So I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be something I can do here. So I decided to bite the bullet. We're talking mistakes here. Totally my mistake. It ain't like they asked me not to photograph the kitchen. And I called the agent and I said, I hate to make this phone call, but I have to tell you the God's honest truth. I'm showing the pictures to my wife, and I realized there's no kitchen pictures. She says, I know, Kirk, you skipped it. And I was just so upset. I just didn't know what to do. And I said, well, man, I wish you'd have said something to me. I wish you would have. I noticed yesterday whenever I was flipping through them that there was no kitchen pictures. And I'm like, why you didn't call me and show me? I said, it's just pure coincidence that I'm looking at this last night and notice, you know, there's no kitchen pictures. And she goes, yeah, I was just so disappointed. I said, well, hey, this is why I'm calling you. I realized I made a mistake. I want to make this right. I can be over there at 10 o'clock. Can you meet me? I said, before you get done fiddling with the lockbox, I'm going to have the kitchen photographed, and we'll be in and out. She goes, oh, that would be so nice. Really? Yes, I can meet you at 10 o'clock. Okay. What's the point of the story? The point is, you make mistakes, you own up to it, and you take the loss. Don't blame it on the client. Don't shift the blame. You just sit up tall and you say, I made a mistake. Period. We all do it. It's like going to the bathroom. It's like eating. We all do it. Why can't we talk about it? That's my recommendation for the day. I think my admitting to the mistake and being willing to go and re-photograph that particular thing, even though, I mean, it's an over 30-minute drive to get to this house. By the time I get back, another 30 minutes. Boom. I mean, an hour wasted. Hey, it is what it is. It's part of the cost of doing business. I don't know. Think about that. If you disagree with me, I'd love to hear from you. If you agree with me, I'd love to hear from you. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.